about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Scottis.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running. So one team over here is Cowboys, believe it. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And hey, I'm not alone today, man. I got the most trifling, evil, dubious, despicable, unlikable, villainous creature that I've known in my entire terms of existence.
Not even a human. He said creature. That's
I mean, I found that they cloning niggas now. So you know, you might not even be a real person. You might be an imaginary. Wow. You might be an imaginary friend they brought to life or something.
Wow, that's insane, man.
Indeed, man. Indeed.
What is wrong with this dude already? We ain't even said nothing.
He said, "Hey, who getting called sorry? Who was called sorry already, man? What's going on?"
What did we do that quick? Good Lord, can we all just get along? God damn.
It's all good. He said, "Hide you from the channel? Of course we will. Don't worry about it. We always give people what they ask for. Now,
your wish is my command."
Yeah, they actually on your end, but I'm gonna block them from being able to be seen on the YouTube, so it's all Gucci. But yeah,
well, moderators, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the problem is that quick, but you know what I'm saying?
They said Pinhead. See, we got some trolls over there in the trap. See, what happened was my nigga got that fit in. You know, my guy pushed the fit to pay the rent, and y'all some good users. So y'all be on there on time getting that shit in your veins, man. So you know, that was wrong with them niggas right now, man. They high, don't know what to do with themselves, man. But salute to everybody. Even if you're a junkie. And listen, some of our fellow content creators let crackheads on their shows, you know, They let crackheads and smokers on their shows and stuff, but we don't do that here. If you were a fiend, if you an itchy scratchy motherfucker, you a zombie, we don't let you on the show with us. You know what I'm saying? So
they was on the Itchy and Scratchy show.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I say they be zombies run around here and they out here. He said, "Oh, okay. It's all good." That's my guy. Salute to my boy Lou Take in the building too, man. Shout out to Lou Take. Shout out to everybody in here showing love, man. They said I heard Little Legs is going to have a breakout year. He's going to go for 100 total yards. See, he said 100. He didn't say 1,000. That's crazy.
Hey man, listen here, man. I play about a lot of things, but Little Legs is not one of them. All right. Man. Get that man ass up out of here, out of your mind, okay? We're not thinking about Little Legs. We so far past that. We're going to actually draft a real running back this time, all right? Not the little play running backs, not the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, for display only. We're going to get a real running back, all right? We got
you do that man like that and say display only. That shit is crazy.
He about the size of a, you know what I'm saying, one of them little toys.
Wow, man. You ain't got to do the man like that.
Man, they probably got him on a display somewhere right now. When we don't see Lil Ed, that's what he be. He got a part-time job as an action figure.
That shit.
But never mind. My bad. I'm sorry. He a good dude, though.
He might be a good kid, man. And that's the key word is kid. That's somebody's child. Now, he is a little child. He an itty-bitty child. But that's somebody's child. So, we can't do him too dirty.
But okay. Let's talk about that though. You know what I'm saying? Let's let these people go. And like Hen said, don't do drugs, kids, because we have people that's on drugs out here talking reckless in the cowboy space. And we don't recommend. Salute to the real ones that's rocking with us regardless of what's going on, man. One thing about Hen and Landlord, you don't get the authenticity that you deserve. We will never be compromised, and we're going to forever kick it to you how it's supposed to be. So that's a promise. That's one of our content guarantees that you can live by.
Yeah. And let's start off kicking the real, man. So and shout out to my boy Lou Takes, and shout out to Boss.
Shout out to JC too, man. Shout out to all the content creators. We respect the people that's in our space that's doing real good work. So salute to y'all.
Yeah. Shout out to all my real content creators out there in the space, man. But no disrespect to team offensive line. I just need us a weapon at 12. I think, and listen, like the
no, take it back. Bring it back. Yeah, you got to be more specific these days.
Okay, I'll be more specific. A wide receiver, a person who catches the ball with their hands and run routes and shit. I need that at 12. Okay. I need that at 12.
I think I got you.
I don't know how much more specific I can get, but because think of it this way, man. There is no longer a guarantee anymore that the Dallas Cowboys will be able to draft a wide receiver if they wait later than 12. It will never. Now, listen, there's no guarantees in life, but it's just very unlikely the Dallas Cowboys are in position to get a wide receiver if they wait. Right?
Exactly.
So, Landlord, let me ask you a question. How many wide receivers do you think got drafted last year before the 44th pick? Because if you didn't know, the second round pick the Dallas Cowboys have this year is pick number 44. Right? So everybody that know, we picked 44th in the second round this year. Right? How many wide receivers do you think got taken before pick 44 last year?
About 7, 8.
Well, it was actually quite a bit more than that. So I thought it was only 9, right? But apparently I can't count, so I had to count them out myself. So let's go through the list of all the wide receivers that were gone off the board by 44 last year. Remember, we picked 50-something last year, just for content. We're picking in the 50s. So this just goes to show. I just filtered it down to pick 44 because that's what we got this year. So Marvin Harrison Jr. went number 4 to the Arizona Cardinals. Malik Neighbors went number 6 to the New York Giants. Rome Odunze went number 9 to the Chicago Bears. Brian Thomas went number 24 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Xavier Worthy ended up being the Kansas City Chief at number 28. The following pick was by the
Buffalo Bills, and it was Keon Cole. And then the very next pick was Lad McConkey. Then 3 picks later, it was Pope. So what's so crazy is, did y'all notice? Give me a one if y'all can hear me.
49ers
ACM
took Ricky.
ACM, you got assassinated. I can't hear you. Maybe it's just me. But y'all give us a one if y'all can hear us. Give me a one. Give me a one if you can hear ACM. Give me a 2 if you can hear me. And give us a 3 if you can't hear either one.
Oh, I'm back. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay. So I kind of tried to, recover. But it's crazy that, we talk about all these talents gonna be here. Oh, you can just draft Jack Higgins in the 2nd round. It's nothing. You good, player. But then now, look at this. It could be a run at any time, y'all. That's the scary thing about it. It could be a run at any time. So look at this little short run right here. Xavier Legette, Keon Coleman, and Lad McConkey all went back to back to back to back. And you might as well say Words and put Words and Pearsall in that same conversation, to be honest. And Pope. It was a real nice run at wide receiver. So, that could possibly happen this time around. Who knows what type of runs that we're going to have to deal with. So, listen, man, if you want a top-tier premium talent, which I feel like we definitely need, we got to pick them at 12, man. It's no saving to the 2nd round to get Higgins no more. Higgins probably going in the 1st round. Listen, the cat's out the bag. Dude is nice. He's not making it to the 44th pick again. Okay, so if you want a premium talent, sir, we must be ready to invest in that wide receiver at the 12th pick.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, because when you like you mentioned, just because they're considered to be 2nd round players or whatever, it doesn't mean that you'll get them in the 2nd round. People got to forget, you have the same draft position in the 2nd round as you did in the 1st round, right? So we're not in position to get just like we're not in position to get the very best 1st round players. You're not in position to get the very best 2nd round players either, right? Abdul Carter is not on the board for the Dallas Cowboys. One of the quarterbacks are not on the board for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And that would be the same situation when you talk about the wide receivers at the top of the 2nd or the bottom of the 1st. You're not just you're not even really in arm's length to be honest with you, right? There's going to be 11 picks before you get an opportunity to take somebody in the 2nd round. 11 other teams, and be real, be honest. If they are as good as people advertise, do you think 11 teams are going to pass on them? It's just not likely. And look from last year. We talking about 44. None of these guys made it out the 30s. All the best wide receivers were taken. I'm talking about before pick 44. They were all off the board by pick 37. The last noble wide receiver to get drafted was Adonai Mitchell at like 53, 52, and we still weren't in position to draft him last year. So point being, if you do not get a wide receiver at pick number 12, you no longer have any guarantees to get any of the top wide receivers in this year's draft. You don't. And Troy, if you're trading back and you get an extra 2nd round pick, the 2nd round pick you're getting is going to be later than the 2nd round pick you already have, because the team is already behind you, right? They're moving up in the 1st by giving up their 2nd round pick, right? So even if you trade it back for an extra pick, that extra pick is not going to be higher than the 44 pick you got it to. 9 times out of 10. So really, you might want to trade back and then maybe package that extra pick you got to move back into the 1st round.
Only way that can happen is somebody just being very aggressive.
Yeah.
And what would make them pick you?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things got to go your way.
Yeah, and and listen, I don't mind trading back depending on the situation and the package, but the issue is it's not a guarantee either because you have to have a trade back partner. You have to have a trade back partner. If they want to stand pat and keep their picks, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Boss said you guys are doing the work of Satan.
Good Lord.
Boss, I am with the devil right now. His name is Landlord, and he is evil incarnate. But that's beside the point. The point is the truth. Like, we cannot sit back and pretend like the wide receivers we want will be there at 44. It's just not realistic. It wasn't realistic last year. It wasn't realistic the year before then, right? Even the guys you bring up, like, I know that you were high on A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown ended up being a second-round pick. Boss, where did A.J. Brown get picked? What forget second round, what was the specific number of the pick that A.J. Brown went in the NFL draft?
Where did he go?
That's what I'm trying to see right now. He said, hold on, Lou, that's the devil. He is the devil.
Yikes. I'm the nicest guy ever. But they just dialed me out. That's what's so crazy.
DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. Yeah, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. Like, these guys, they're second round picks. But are we in a position to be able to draft them at 44? He said, great case. Real talk. Yeah. So somebody might slip, but man, that's relying on other people not being able to draft. Cause you know what we talk about with AJ Brown that we never talk about? AJ Brown had a first round grade. Like, I look at AJ Brown the same way I look at Trayvon Diggs. It's not that he was a second round pick. It's that somebody else couldn't draft and his ass failed. Like, you passed up on a first round player and they slid their ass on down there. Trayvon Diggs was.
Boss, you know for a fact that this draft is not plentiful of great picks of that caliber to make a DK Metcalf type of guy go 59. Come on now. Boss, if we're going to talk about who doing Satan's work, it sounds like you selling some fibs to our people, and we know better than that. Higgins is going to be I'm almost willing to bet if they've been watching what I've been watching, Higgins probably going to go in the back of the first now. Real talk. Because it's so, what can I say? It's scarcity going on with the wide receiver position this year. You got some guys, but you ain't got them dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling you, if you want to strike good, if you want to get a good starter for 2 years, for years to come, a number two, then you got to strike while the iron is hot. And we didn't waited too late before. Go back to the Jalen Tolbert draft. You can pull that up real quick for me here, because I did some great research and seen it for myself. Mm-hmm. We waited too late. It's always a perfect time to strike, and the good teams know when. We set up and waited.
Taken 2022.
We sat on our hands for too long and let all the good receivers go away.
Yeah, hey, was he taken in 2022, Landlord?
I believe so. But we sit up and sit on our hands for way too long and let all the big time players get by us. Cause boss, I rock with y'all, man. I feel like y'all do some excellent work.
They do exceptional work.
Well, I differ sometimes in our arguments is like, I feel like the Cowboys always look at it like a running back. I don't feel like they should do that. That's irresponsible. Because we know it's a huge difference between a back like Genty and then one of these third round backs. But they putting them all in the same box. They just saying a running back. So if you told me to go get a drink from the store, we call them drinks. Some people might call them sodas. Some people call them pops. It just depends on where you at in the world. But if I told you to bring me back a drink, that means I don't care what kind it is, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But if I told you to bring me back a Pepsi, that means I know exactly what type of drink I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all are not the same. If I ask for a Pepsi and you bring me back a Sprite, you got that incorrect. We can't treat them like they all the same, bro. It's levels to this. So that's why I differ with the Cowboys. And I hear a lot of draft speak when you hear people saying A guy, when they boxing these players up together. It's 100% not the same as levels to this. So if you go out here thinking that you can go run around with a 5th round running back and that be your guy, I think you're sadly mistaken. I think you're going to end up with some hopefuls. I don't want another hopeful. Jalen Tobin is a hopeful. Jalen Brooks is a hopeful. We hoping that they develop.
Can we not bring Jalen Brooks into this, though? Because this is my thing.
I'm finna give you the oop from what I just said, because I don't want to rant for too long. But I did say, I think I cooked earlier. When I said, I feel like Jalen Tobin is a hopeful, right? And that's something I want to avoid. So the reason I say that is, because think about this. When you put real currency into these players, you know who to expect. You know what to expect from them. So, like, everybody in the chat box, do me a favor. What do you expect from CeeDee Lamb next year?
Oh, you doing a group exercise, or we?
I want everybody in the chat to tell me exactly what are CeeDee Lamb expectations for next year. What type of stat line do you expect? What type of year? What type of accomplishments do you expect CeeDee Lamb, Sedarian Lamb to have on your football team? Just let me know. I just want to know what you think. This is a class participation type exercise, so I want to see what y'all think. What will CeeDee Lamb do next year? I don't know about seeing anybody ask.
I'm gonna say it.
Drop a comment. What do y'all think CeeDee Lamb should do next year? What do you expect from CeeDee? This is expectation.
1,300 yards, about 10 touchdowns, an All-Pro selection, a Pro Bowl selection. See, Ty Church, we were about the same. I said 13, you said 1,200. Double-digit touchdowns. That what CeeDee Lamb has been and has been the entire time. He said, "Whatever happened to forgiveness?"
Now, boss, I want you to be in this exercise too. What do you expect from CeeDee Lamb next year, boss? Please.
1,200 yards.
I just want to know, like, what do everybody in this chat box expect from CeeDee Lamb, especially with a healthy Dak Prescott? What are your expectations for young Sedarian Lamb? I gotta know, cause I'm going somewhere. Y'all gonna build with me. I see somebody say 1,200. I see somebody say 1,300, 12 touchdowns, 1,400, 8 touchdowns, 1,500, 10 touchdowns. This sounds like CeeDee Lamb, don't it?
Yep.
Now, I think I got enough. So now follow me. What do y'all expect from Jalen Tobin?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want him to be the punching bag. But I'm making a point. I just want to know, what do you expect from Jalen Tobin next year? Because if you're gonna be real and not try to submit this argument, you're gonna have to say, well, quite frankly, landlord, I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna get from Jalen Tobin. That's the only correct answer.
I'm actually gonna say, based on what he's done, you can only expect about 600 yards and like a couple touchdowns. Like, that what Jalen Tobin has been up to this point, right? So, does that sound, based on his history, that what you can probably expect from Jalen Tobin, and that won't be enough for what the hell you're trying to do?
So now, this is not to crap on Jalen Tobin. This is just me trying to illustrate to y'all the difference of expectations for when you really pay some money. We expect CeeDee Lamb to be an All-Pro. If CeeDee Lamb leaves 2025 without being an All-Pro, that means something happened.
Something
means
horribly
CD
wrong.
Got hurt. That means Dak got hurt. Something went wrong. That means
they screwed us. He got screwed out of the All-Pro selection. He had the numbers.
That means Schottenheimer's offense was horrible. That means something happened, bro. We expect All-Pro caliber year from CeeDee Lamb. You can't expect nothing like that from a player that way. Now, I ain't saying that he's not capable. What I am saying is, You just can't expect that. You see what I'm saying? I think he could be a decent wide receiver 3, maybe. But we don't have expectations for those players. But my point is, when you actually spend the draft capital, you gonna feel different. Okay, follow me now. If you draft Tech, what are your expectations? Don't you expect him to cook? I ain't saying he's gonna get 1,000 or be crazy.
I'm saying 1,000.
If you draft Ted McMillan, what do you expect?
He is a first-round pick wide receiver. I am expecting 1,000 yards and some touchdowns.
If you draft Golden, what do you expect?
About 800, 900 yards, a bunch of explosive plays.
If you draft Abuka, what would you expect from them? I'm talking about with a healthy Dak Prescott, and you got to ask yourself, you pairing this guy with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
And hey, elaborate on what that means, because I'll do it. It means no double coverage, no number one wide receivers, no road coverage to your side. It's going to be the most advantageous situation to be in as a wide receiver when you play with a true number one wide receiver that is feared around the National Football League.
So that's my point exactly. All I'm saying is it's different levels to this. It's expectations to this. Listen, if we draft one of them guys, just like I just said, if CeeDee Lamb don't be an All-Pro next year or right there with him, something happens. It's something wrong. If Ted McMillan get drafted to the Dallas Cowboys and don't be successful, something happens. If Golden go to the Dallas Cowboys and don't be successful, something happens. Like, that's the difference between these caliber guys and the other caliber guys, or the hopefuls. We don't want no more hopefuls. I'm tired of being hopeful. I'm tired of hoping what I see from these guys. I expect a certain level of play from these guys. That's all I'm saying. And we should too. Everybody in this chat box should expect. What do you expect from Dak Prescott if he helps? You expect him to play damn good football. He might not be the best quarterback in the league, but you still expect him to play good football. You expect to win 10-plus games.
He one of the best, though. 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. There's a healthy Dak Prescott season. And he has shown you there's a healthy Dak Prescott season because that's what he does when he's healthy. Right? That's the level. And listen, because you're also talking about production. And that's something that the other wide receivers on the team do not have right now. That's why we don't expect them to do shit. Right? We don't expect them to do a damn thing because they never shown you the capability of doing it up to this point. We never seen Jalen Brooks have a 100-yard game before. Matter of fact, has Jalen Tolbert ever had a 100-yard game in his career?
He might have had like one. Maybe.
Are you sure?
I believe so. I think he got one.
I don't think he does.
I think he got one.
Let me check.
Listen, man. See, because I see some people sometimes they take this the wrong way. They take this the wrong way and they just say, oh, we crapping on the players. No, we just trying to illustrate to you because this is the only way we can do it. We trying to illustrate to you that we need better. That's all. We need better. You shouldn't feel comfortable about going into this year with Jalen Tolbert as your number 2. You shouldn't feel comfortable about that.
He had a 98-yard game before.
See that? I give it to him. We got 2 yards together. I got 2 yards in my back pocket, man. He got 100-yard season. This is not the crap on Jalen Tolbert because that man came on the show and he was a great brother. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I want him to succeed.
We want him to succeed,
but that tells you more about the situation. That tells you, because we have a vested interest in Jalen Tolbert being a good player. We have a vested interest in Jalen Tolbert being a good player for the Dallas Cowboys, and it just isn't, it just ain't what it is right now.
It ain't shaping out to where we need him to be. Now, am I comfortable with him being a number 3?
Of course.
Sure. I'm good with him being a number 3. I just don't see him as being the level of number 2 that I feel like this team needs to be successful. I don't know how I don't know another way to spell it out for y'all as plainer than that. You know what I'm saying? This is no hate on Jalen Tolbert. This is just saying that we need to upgrade at this position.
Oh, hey, Matthew Golden. Hey, this is breaking news. Matthew Golden will be visiting the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday.
Thank you, Lord. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nah, I didn't mean to cut y'all. I just had to throw that in there.
No, I love it. That's hey. And I'm telling you, I ain't finna get on that type of time yet, but hey, he like that.
He said why? He said why we don't talk about running back DJ Giddens. DJ Giddens is a good prospect, man. Out of you talk about from Kansas State, yeah. I like DJ Giddens.
I want people to understand this. If you don't voice what you think wrong with the team, how can we ever change? How can we ever get better? Because apparently the Cowboys listen sometimes. They might not listen all the time, but they listen sometimes. Listen. That's just like your kid messing up and you never give him no type of advice for him to change. You just like, hey, he just did everything wrong. And you like, hey, baby, good job. What you want some new shoes?
That's
you
bad
reward
parenting.
Bad behavior. No, the Cowboys been bad. And they need to be held accountable. That's all.
I mean, that's real, though. But, yeah, we can't sit on our hands and expect to fix the wide receiver position. Like, if you don't take it at 12, the likelihood of you fixing it at 44 is not likely. Also, landlord, when is the last time the Dallas Cowboys... This are two questions I got for you. I'm going to have you answer each one first, right?
Let's do it.
When was the last time the Dallas Cowboys took a wide receiver in the second round?
It was, in the second?
In the second. Not the third, not the fourth. When the last time the Dallas Cowboys took a second round wide receiver?
I can't tell you, honestly.
Yeah, it was like 2003 or 2.
Good Lord.
It's been 23 years. The Dallas Cowboys have not drafted. I want y'all to put 23 in the comment box like y'all Michael Jordan fans, man. the Dallas Cowboys have not drafted a wide receiver in the second round in 23 years. 23 years. Talk about that real quick. I gotta answer this phone call.
In 23 years is insane. And like we know we drafted CeeDee Lamb in the first. We know we drafted Michael Gallup in the third. But we have been very much so neglecting the receiver position, and it's sad. Shout out to you guys for it with her comment, because it's true. She says it's not Toba's fault that he's a 3. That was given the pressure of a 2. It's not his fault that he was given the pressure of a 2. That's why we blaming the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We just got to talk about Toba because he was the one who, you know what I'm saying, was put in that situation. I'm not saying he's the worst player ever, but I am saying that this team needed to correct that mistake. You absolutely right. He was given the pressure of a number 2, and which we saying that somebody that more suitable needs that pressure. That's all. And him being a number 3, I'm perfectly fine with it. I think he might cook as a number 3. You know what I'm saying? Because he did okay. But we needed a higher level of play from our number 2 for sure last year, and I think it was pretty evident. But for us to be neglecting the wide receiver position to this degree, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, like we said, 23 years, that's too much. Because it's like we got to look at all the first rounders that we had an opportunity. Because what that was, that was the year Leighton Vander Esch got drafted. Oh, my God. You should have seen me. And Leighton ended up being an okay pick.
Wasn't Leighton Vander Esch a first-round pick?
Yeah. Listen, the year that Leighton Vander Esch got drafted, all the receivers was on the board. Calvin Ridley was there. It was a bunch of people there still, bro. No lie. It was a bunch. No, matter of fact, literally all the receivers were still there. Every receiver, it was no receiver drafted yet. You don't remember? The Cowboys came to draft, everybody was cheering. We like, yeah, we got all the receivers. And then they came and drafted Leighton Vander Esch.
And you know what was crazy? That's the year they went into that bitch with wide receiver by committee.
That's so sad, bro.
It's the same year.
We could have had Calvin Ridley and CeeDee Lamb on this team.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it off to you. DJ Moore went at number 24. He was the first wide receiver taken after Leighton Vander Esch was picked. Calvin Ridley went at number 26. Who else was on here? Let's go down to second round. Cortland Sutton went at number 40. Dante Pettis, he ain't really do much in the league. Christian Kirk was a good wide receiver. He went at 47.
Do you hear these names? Because all 3 of those are good players.
Yeah, so yeah, Dallas Cowboys definitely could have did that. Also, to throw this out there, this was also the draft where the Dallas Cowboys passed on the opportunity to get Fred Warner.
I can't say that where he went because I think
he was in the
everybody
third.
passed up on
Yeah,
him.
but he did. But who was our third round pick that year, dog? Or our second round pick? Who was our second round pick this year?
Shout out to Mr. Dika for the PayPal. I appreciate you, man.
Salute to Mr. Dika.
But I can't get mad at if everybody passed up on him multiple times. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying we had our serving. We had every single wide receiver on the board and we passed.
Nah, I'm holding your feet to the fire for everything. Cause why y'all didn't see it the same way them niggas see it? We also passed on the opportunity to get Jesse Bates.
Oh, Boss said he want to get on.
You want to get on?
He said 22. I'm hating.
He said 22. Okay. Ooh.
But did you hear those receivers though? All of them was really real life number one receivers. DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Cortland Sutton. All of them was number ones, right?
Cortland Sutton wasn't the number one. He a number one wide receiver in the league. Yes, he number one.
You know what I'm saying? They was number one receivers. We passed up. But my point was, did you ever look up that Jalen Tolbert draft? Because this ain't about Jalen Tolbert. I just feel like we waited too late, thinking that all these receivers was made equal.
I'm finna send Boss the link first, and then I'll look it up.
Yeah, we got to stop thinking like all these dudes. We think like Beyonce. Everybody replaceable. That's not how it go, bro. That's not true when it comes to this draft. Look, we gonna tell you a dirty secret that everybody in the draft world knows. You got 32 first-round picks down the hand.
Allegedly.
How many of them are actually first-round talents?
Not sometimes.
Maybe not even half of them.
Sometimes not 30. Sometimes not 32. There's drafts where there's more than 32, and then more than not, there's guys might only have 20 first-round grades.
You might have a legit 15. I'm talking about thoroughbred first-round picks. So
hey, Boss, I put the link in the I put the link in your Twitter Twitter inbox, Ken Folk. You want to jump on there? So, Boss, the link is in your inbox on Twitter. You want to slide in here?
Yeah. So legit, if you do it like that, so do you think we got time to play around? And look, by the grace of God, we had to go through that terrible season last year, but we in a good spot at 12. Like, the only way I'll be team trade back if everything crumbles. Like, it'll have to be a horrible situation. It was a run on receiver. I just can't see us getting the short end of the stick at 12. I think we in a good spot. I really do. I'm telling you, in my heart of hearts, I legit feel like one of these players that we desire, one of these weapons, they're going to be there.
So let me ask you, if Golden and Ted are gone, are you okay drafting Ibuka at 12?
I think I am. Yeah.
I know I am. I just had to check your temperature.
The reason I say that, like I told Boston one time, after draft night, that shit don't matter, bro. All that matters is, do I got a good quality player that's going to last on my team and be productive for years? Where we drafted them at, it ain't going to matter. Okay, let's say we draft a Ibuka at 12. And then for the next, let's see, for the next 5 years, he get you 1,000 yards. I ain't even saying that crazy. Just 1,000. Mm-hmm. Are you satisfied with that pick?
Yes. Because listen, in Dallas, if you get a 1,000-yard receiver, you're probably a Pro Bowler. So you telling me he made 5 Pro Bowl selections, and he might be a team captain or whatever else he is, and I know he's a safe ass pick. I know what he's gonna do. I'm down. If I get consistency, I'm down. Shout out to Boss, man. Sliding.
Shout out to Boss. I want to ask Boss that question.
Shot house.
because we had a slight disagreement on that.
What?
Not really. I think
what,
you seen it my way.
what?
When I was talking about, don't come in here like that now.
I'm-
You in the trap. I'm just messing with you.
No, I like the shit talk, bro. I love it. Everybody
No.
don't cover her like
Bro,
that.
he said what? Man, you got a
What?
little
Hey
bass in
man, watch.
this
Hey
boy.
man, watch how you say what, boy.
He had a little bass in this boy coming in.
Hey man, take that bass out your voice.
Wipe your feet first. at
What?
least,
Hey, don't
goddamn.
come here like that.
No, for real though. You remember when I was telling you, I was like, after draft night, I don't feel like it matters.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Cause I'm looking at Ibuka. We know he probably got one of the highest floors in the draft, in my opinion. So like, if you do draft Ibuka at 12, right? If you get him if he give you 1,000 yards, I'm talking about a flat 1,000. It might be 995. If he give you that for 5 years, is that a bad pick?
Yeah, that's a bad pick.
You think so?
I'm expecting more than that from my number 2.
How you expecting more for that for your number 2, and your number 2 hasn't had 1,000 yards since like almost a decade? You haven't had a number 2 with 1,000 yards in almost a decade?
See, now Bob's being disingenuous because
No,
I gave you longevity.
I got an answer, bro. I got an answer.
Let you have it, but I'm saying I'm giving you longevity. I can see if I said the first year he got 9.
Hey,
I gave you
you
9
didn't ask me no
5 years.
questions for me to lie.
Okay,
So-
do you think? Go ahead.
so-
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
I'm
Go ahead.
Yeah,
asking-
I mean,
I'm
see,
asking
that's
the
why, man. Listen, see, I'm on y'all home turf. Y'all gonna do me like that, bro?
Nah, I ain't gonna
No, go
jump
ahead.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, nah, we had 3,000 yard receivers about 5 years ago. Man, we had CD Lamb, we had Amari.
Amari had 800 yards.
No, we had 3 of them. It was 1 year. I'm certain we had 3,000 yard receivers. We should have had 4. It might not
No.
have been CD.
It should have been
was
3.
probably
You talking
yeah.
about? I know what you're talking about.
You
You're
talking about-
Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Michael Gallup had 1,100 yards, and
That's the
Randall
number
Cobb.
2 time it happened. So don't act like I'm just talking, bro. So
No,
you
you got-
remember.
Yeah, that was 2018.
So that's what I said about 5 years ago. You said 10 years ago. So
I said
yeah.
almost a decade, and that's not
Oh,
5
you
years.
saw
It's 20
almost.
it's
So
it's
about 6,
2025.
7. Okay, so 7 years ago. So we basically meet in the middle. But hey, my standard for a number 2 playing with Dak, he should get at least 1,000 minimum, bro. Like, I don't mean maybe year 1, but a legitimate number 1 in 5 years, he got to get that at least twice minimum. Cause you playing with Dak, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but also at the same time, I'm being balanced and say that's not necessarily bad too. I'm not killing it. I expect more from my number 2. That's just me, bro. I think a number 2 with Dak, especially if you're a route runner, I need to get at least out of you 1,100 with Dak, bro. And I don't care if we running the ball.
I want a quick question
Hold
on that. Hold on, this is gonna be very quick.
Hey, and before you ask that question,
I
I want to say this, bro. This was the best case and the biggest holes y'all ever shot in 44, bro. Receiver at 44, y'all almost totally destroyed it. And I want to say, shout out to you boys, man, because you know I was playing when I say y'all doing Satan work. That's God's work, bro. No, that's God's work, bro, because we need this type of healthy pushback, healthy debate. And it was so significant. It's like I feel like I just got slapped at 44. You know what I'm saying? So it make you have to rethink your whole strategy with the big bullets y'all put up in that case of waiting to 44 to try to get that number 2. Because that run was just last year. So you can't bullshit out of that. You can't try to fast talk and have hype for Booker or whoever you like to run the ball out of that. That was a big ass run, and that type of run would totally wipe out receiver.
And it wouldn't even be worth drafting them after that. But I was gonna ask you this right quick.
It might be a few sleepers, but you go definitely hit reach zone quick.
Yeah, for real. But this is what I was gonna ask you real quick, right? And I swear this is gonna be very fast. I'm just trying to find his stats real quick. Somebody pull up CD stats. Because listen, you know CD didn't touch 1,000 the first year. Now we did, Dak wasn't there, but still, CD didn't touch the whole 1,000 the first year. You see what I'm saying? And we was head over heels for CD Lamb. We was like, oh my God, CD Lamb is finna go crazy. And we was correct. So I'm like, and that was 1 year. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, you still gotta take into consideration how they getting used though. You see what I'm saying? Like if a Booker come in here and not the focal point of the offense and cook with 900 yards and he effective, we gonna be like, man, a Booker cold. Like it's not gonna feel like we're not depending on him to do more than that for real. Like he's adding to CeeDee Lamb. A Booker get 900 yards and CeeDee got 1,400. Man, we going crazy, boss. Like we going ballistic at that point. Like for real, and we ain't even added the run game in it. So that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to say, like, when I asked you that question, you got to take into consideration what CeeDee was at the beginning, and we was held over heels for him after 1 year, and he didn't even touch 1K.
Now, this one thing I'm gonna have to do, man, to be fair to my case about waiting to get it at 44. I gotta go look at, which I'm doing right now. I'm doing something, and actually Amp is leading that campaign. He's blending all the opinion polls. You see what I'm saying? So by the time we do our draft show, we gonna have a blended poll of CBS, ESPN.com, just everybody's opinion polls on these receivers. So and a deviation, which means like how different or the range that they should be able to go in. So like for instance, I'm gonna just throw out an example. Let's say if a Booker on CBS is rated to be at 25, and then on NFL.com, let's say he rated at 28, and then let's say if on ESPN, let's say if he had 23, then that's gonna average out to about 25. And then they'll tell you with a range of picking him between 20 and then 32. So that'll kind of give you kind of like your gamble rate. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you want to move down, like, is it safe? Because see, I got to look at that as well before I totally bow the knee to that very good pushback y'all did on that run.
Now, see, this is the thing. If you're talking about trading back a handful of spots and still drafting a weapon, like, I don't think anybody would poo-poo on that. But it still would end up being a first-round pick wide receiver, though. So I think it's sort of like the same.
Nah, y'all made a hella fire case, bro. It's like the way that y'all just shot holes at the chances of getting a 44 or the risk of a run, which is the case that y'all made. It makes it to where almost like if you serious about a weapon, it really does say you gotta get it in the first, bro. That's what it really says. Like,
I'm glad we
just because of the I mean, because see, Cowboys go always be first with me, bro. So if you blow a hole in a real hole, because that was what my case was kind of built on, is don't panic, y'all. We have historically, and there has historically have been good receivers in round 2. Now I can shoot back, but at the same time, it's disingenuous to act like a run possibility can't happen when you just saw it. Like, that's like so fake as fuck. And I'm not finna fake to try to win. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be about what's best for this team. And with that shot that y'all sent, it's honestly sending me back to the lab, because like I'm bleeding.
That's respect right there. Hey, that's so, boss, you a real one. See, if I had some sound effects over here, I'll have to play some for you, because that's just real, bro. Like, I don't think we can survive that. And like, I think weapon is so important for us that we can't play around with it, bro. We can't play with that. Yeah. Like, okay, look, boss, what if we passively aggressive, what it is selectively aggressively try to get a number 2, and then it's a failure? Like, okay, we gonna get a number 2 in round 2, and then he ain't like that.
Yeah, what it would do, to be honest,
be doomed for real, bro.
But what it would do, I ain't gonna go as far as doom, because you got to be fair back to me now.
Okay.
What it would mean is it would send us back into the free agent market. You know what I'm saying? It would send us into a trade market. So that means we'll be right back on Keenan Allen discussions. We'll be right back on Amari discussions. We'll be right back on old boy from Seattle. I forget his name.
Hold on here. I wish you put it back one more time because I just thought about something. What year did Amari leave? 2022?
He 2022,
Okay.
yes.
Pull the
In year
graphic
that
back
Dak
up
got
one
hurt.
more time because this says a lot. Okay, in 2020, CeeDee Lamb was like a number 2 or number 3 actually, but he got you 900. 2021, he still was a number 2, and he barely cracked number. I mean, he got you 1100, but then he became a number 1. And you know what I'm saying? We put him in a number 1 position, and he got you 1300.
They
Then
cheated him in 2024 because remember that's when they was under target him. You would have to show them targets. Them targets was equal to Schultz. You had 104 targets to Amari, and you had 104 targets to Schultz. CeeDee Lamb had 144. In what world did your number 2 get more targets than your number 1 unless it's intentional?
exactly.
It was intentional, but they also told you coming in, Michael Irvin did anyway, ain't no 88, no number 2 wide receiver in Dallas.
I know, but that's
He told y'all.
politics, bro. Yeah, but that's
He wasn't
politics,
lying.
bro. That's so nefarious, as my dog would say. It's still bullshit. Because then if you go look at,
Can we
now, hold
also
on,
be fair to
then
this?
if
Because Amari missed time. Amari didn't play the
Okay.
full season either.
listen, nah, hell no, I don't care about that, bro. That don't mean a damn thing. Hell no,
But he-
his
but-
targets was
but
he might have missed one game, bro. I ain't hearing that shit. Oh
That
man,
man
come
had
on,
COVID.
bro. Like, see, no, man,
Did
Henny,
he
man,
not
see,
miss two?
Henny,
Did he not?
Henny,
Did he not
bro.
Bring
miss
us back
almost
on the
3
screen for
games?
this fight. Bring us back on the
Henny,
screen.
dog, that is some
Did he not?
bullshit.
Did he not?
Henny,
Not bullshit. Did he not miss
Not that
almost
year.
3 games? Yes, he did. Amari Cooper, that's the only time he missed. The 2022
Henny,
season.
you ain't keeping it real, bro. Like 104 targets is just a damn shame, bro. You know that, bro. I don't care, bro. Because even if
Did he not
it
miss
don't
almost
matter
3
though,
games?
like
Though?
we
Answer
know
the
for
question.
a caliber player and somebody that was so efficient with Dak when you fed him the targets, that is blasphemous. It's no way in God's green earth that your number 2 should supposed to have 44 more targets than your number 1. That just should never happen. Like, and I get what you're saying. No. I
But
get
it's
what
3
you.
games.
Up now,
You
I
just
don't
said,
even think it's
but
3
you said
games, bro.
games
I
are
think he
different. You
missed
said
at most 2, bro.
44. It's 2.5. It's 2.5 because he didn't play the entire Saints game. He played half of the Saints game. No, he played like a quarter of the Saints game because he was coming back. They were trying to work his conditioning back after the COVID. So he missed 2 games and he missed part of the Saints game because he caught a touchdown.
Yeah,
earlier.
but still though, like my point is this: it was still just messed up that they under target him. So I just wanted to put more color on, that year that he didn't have his normal. That's all.
I understand what you're saying, but you also got to remember, Jake. That was the year that not Jake Ferguson, but Dalton Schultz looked like a top tight end. He had like 800 something yards because of the targets he had. CeeDee Lamb was a Pro Bowl wide receiver that year as well. So it's not like the same instance when it was only Amari Cooper when he first got here. There was only one mouth to feed when Amari Cooper got here. Then you got CeeDee Lamb to get the football too. We know how Dak Prescott targets tight ends. At the end of the day, we know that tight end gonna eat regardless. Most of the time, if Dak Prescott is healthy. So I know what you're saying. Like it's sort of egregious, but you just sat here and said the difference is only 44. Is only 44 targets. It's not like anybody out here just
Yeah, if you go look, because I compared this to the other number 1s around the league, it was like a difference of like 80, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you looked at what the other number 1s was getting around the league, they was getting like 180 and shit like that, bro. Yeah, I already looked at it, bro. I'm telling you, I'm dead on that. It was super egregious on how they did Amari, bro. And then Steven on Words said that. And remember, Mike, because I did a lot of content on this. So, like, remember Michael Gilkin asked Stephen Jones directly. He said, why didn't Amari get the targets that he usually get? And he said it was the system. You know what I'm saying? So that was under Kellen Moore where they was running those option routes where the defense was dictating where the ball go. So if they showed a double or a bracket look on a number 1 receiver, then it automatically meant to go away from that threat. And that was one of the reasons why Amari wasn't getting his targets, and sometimes even CeeDee Lamb, because it was a system-based offense. So yeah, you go look, you go see real clear. Go look at them targets of the other receivers that was around the league. It's egregious on how they did Amari. It was downright blasphemous. It was downright idiotic. And that's why Michael Gilkin asked him, he said, you paying him like a number one. Why didn't he get the targets like that? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and it's, see, this is what make what y'all saying scary too. The scariest part of what y'all saying is that we do have a history of over trusting our guys. So the risk of Tolbert being pushed out there as a number two is a very, very real risk. You know what I'm saying? That I can't deny y'all urgency on getting that weapon. I can't deny that.
Yeah. Hey, y'all.
So let's see.
Unfortunately, my phone probably gonna die in a few minutes. So, well, in a minute. So, uh, that's what happened to me. Jerry ain't get a hold to me yet. So I'm alright.
He
Nah,
ain't
he
did you
ain't got
dirty
me
yet,
yet.
huh?
But man, I hate it too, cause
All right, so
yeah, man, the need for the wide receiver is evident, man. Like for real, I just don't think you can play with it. If it was deeper, I feel better, but I don't see it like that right now, man. Especially for the caliber we looking for. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need a phenomenal player.
it's like he might got assassinated, man. I think my boy Service might have went out. He said y'all just hold it down. Okay, I think landlord is gone momentarily, dog.
I'm right here.
You still there, boss? All right, cool. So I'm looking at it, man. I'm looking at it right now. So there, like for the guys at the top of the league,
What's the
there
numbers? It's
is
gonna be like
a
180.
huge
Watch.
for shit for like Cooper Cup ate more than everybody. He had
I
191
told you I
damn
looked at
targets.
it. You know what I'm saying? You can see I wasn't lying on that. You feel me? I told you it was an egregious difference between normal number one targets and what Amari got. It's like you talking.
I mean, kind of because that's at the top. Now,
No,
would
no,
you
no, no, no,
consider
no, no,
Mike
no.
Evans a number one
Well,
wide
let's start
receiver?
at the top with Cooper. No, Cooper Cup. So he was 190. Then under him was Adams, right?
The Deontay Johnson, the guy that's a free agent right now, got 169 targets
Okay,
doing
and
his
then
Pro
after
Bowl.
that it should be Adams, right?
Yes, they
Okay,
both had
so yeah,
169.
so that's just too big of a gap. That shows you even with the minus of 3 games, bro. That wasn't that just it wasn't right how they did him. I'm just being all the way honest, bro. They did Amari like and then
I'm
it's
saying
worse because the very next year, Amari went right back up, right? You know what I'm saying? When they targeted him properly. Yeah, they
when he left.
targeted him properly because, they was trying to make a case in Dallas that, hey, he lost a step and that, he didn't play good in away games and all these excuses and shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it really came down to it, your system was stupid. That's all it really came down to. And that's why, honestly, we needed a Mike McCarthy. We needed a guy that was going to say, and that's why Mike McCarthy said his vision was to have CeeDee Lamb in a Jerry Rice role where he was gonna really feed him. See, and that's why I was just real sick of these people that was trying to push for Kellen Moore, because it's like, bro, if you really understood the system, you would not want no damn Kellen Moore, bro. It just showed me a lot of people really didn't know how his system was toxic to playmakers. But hey, I want to get back to what y'all
Mm.
was talking about because we got on a sidetrack. uh, I want to.
You good? Can I
Yeah,
rebuttal
yeah,
that
yeah.
1 second, then we can move on? Yeah, because listen, what you're saying about the guys at the top is 1,000% true. Like the guys at the top who were force fed the ball had way more targets and
Right.
opportunities than Amari Cooper. I'm just saying that when you
Mm-hmm.
look at the other guys, when you look at Mike Evans, there's not much of a difference. When you look at the other guys, Cortland Sutton, who's a number one over there, Christian Kirk. I know he's not the top guys, AJ Brown, but all those targets are within the same amount, and we know that Amari Cooper missed 2 games and a half. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not saying that if he had played those games, he would have been Cooper Cup. But Cooper Cup, who the hell was Cooper Cup playing
But
with?
Cooper Cup, according to what the playmaker said, he was.
Option route
You hit
master.
it. You said it. You know what I'm saying? like you had two different ways of winning. So you had the way that I would want. I want a guy that was winning like Adams. Adams was winning with route running. Uh, uh, Nakua and Cooper Cup, they kind of option route receivers. Like, and that's kind of like how Schultz was. You know what I mean? That's why I never got high on Schultz, because it's like you sit in the zones and you turning around like a power forward. I'm not like it adds up just like it did with Cooper Cup. It adds up. It give you a lot of catches. Your stats gonna look good. But yo, it's like, but when I look at what you're actually doing, it's like, shit, I ain't paying for that, bro, because I can almost get anybody to do that.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair way to look at it. All right, but you say you want to get back on the
Yeah.
last
It
subject
was because it was
before.
y'all really shot a big hole at receiver at 44. You know what I'm saying? So it's really
I mean, even if you go back to the year prior to that, and what wasn't a great wide receiving class, right, in 2023, there was still 5 guys taken before then. So can you really, when you talk about guys that's a game changer, especially in a weaker wide receiver class, so we're already not even counting Travis Hunter in this. You know what I'm saying? We just talk about Ted and Burden and Matthew Gold and all them other guys. Even if it's only like 5 or 6 guys, taken, before we pick the guys remaining that's going to be any good for us. Let's say let's be in the middle. Let's say it's not a run of 10 people or a run of 9. Let's say it's a run of 8 wide receivers. Who are your 8 top wide receivers outside of my boy over there? Who are your 8 top ones? Let's say they're all gone. I want to put this into perspective because now we're so close to the draft.
right.
We
Because see, this is the point that I wanted to get to, and I'm looking up so I can give you an answer on that real quick. The thing is, if we get wiped out, though, this is the thing, though, it's not over. That and see, because I don't. It's over for the draft. Yeah, it's other options. It's the options would be trade options and free agent options. You know what I mean? And if you did go into free agency, you would be dealing with guys who humbled, right? You dealing with guys who their phones probably ain't been ringing, or they still wondering if they will get another job, right? You still would have a chance to get them even before you start your accounts. You see what I'm saying? So it's not over for 2. But you're going to have to still pay money now. You know what I mean? That means you would have to pay money. So that would be if you went the free agent route, or you can go the trade route. So if you go the trade route, now it's going to cost you next year's picks. So it ended up becoming more costly, basically, if we don't go with one of these weapons too. Because you're going to have to pay for a free agent receiver. And we know the market on receivers is just higher, right? Or you're going to have to pay with that draft pick. Some kind of way you go pay. So if we thinking budget, honestly, if I'm thinking budget, bro, and it would make sense, this is where y'all starting to really put big holes in my case. If you trying to really like budget into the future, get a receiver in round 1. That way you got him on a 5-year contract, basically. You see what I'm saying? And they give you 5. It's almost like quarterback. What do people always say, Henny? Get a quarterback and build around him while he's on his rookie contract. It's almost like doing that at receiver. Get a receiver while Dak still got 4-5 years left. You know what I'm saying? Now that put a big hole, and that hurt my heart, bro. That hurt my heart, bro. For anybody that got a vision of physicality up front, you feel me? It hurts to you know what I'm saying? It hurts when I'm looking at guys I believe in that can do that in one pick. But now with that massive hole that y'all just shot at pick 44, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like that's just the business move, and it can work in football. And I would just have to live with it.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this: the way they moving, it seems like they want to sign a veteran offensive line.
I agree. That's right.
They already signed Robert Jones, who started 17 games last year to compete with Brock Hoffman. And then, they brought in Sadiq, who just unretired, who was a former high round pick. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a former 2nd round pick or something like that. But point being, like they've been looking at veteran interior offensive linemen, and we also know about Will Hernandez's connection to the current offensive coordinator. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the move that they're making, and that's the move they've been trying to make.
Yeah. And you know, let's be honest, man. We've been able to run the ball very significantly with a decent guard. We have, you know. To me, my vision was I want to be just really understand where I'm coming from. I want to be for sure whoop ass, bro. For sure whoop ass. You know what I mean? Like, not let's put a backup, a real good serviceable backup in here with some spot duty, quality starts. I want to know when we show up, we coming to just bully you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just one of those things. And I said this today, and I mean this, bro. Sometimes we get into these fights and we act like it's only one way. You feel me on that? We act like it's only one way, and it's really multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? What get on my nerves is when people act like their way is the only way, and then your way is a stupid way. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's two ways you can win. You can air it out like maybe y'all want to do, or you can get on the ground and you can beat them up like I want to do. To me, it's multiple ways to win this championship.
I agree. You know, you just got to actually build your team to do so, and you also got to trust your ability to do it when you get out there on the field, right? Because that's what one of the real reasons why I really want a wide receiver, because they've told us year after year after year that they want to run the football, they want to be balanced, they want to be physical up front, and what do they end up doing at the end of the day? They throwing that motherfucker all around the yard. They playing like crack rock. Like Dak Prescott and MVP conversations. And I'm like, damn. Like they tell you that, and then and they lied to you. And then, but truth be told, it
does bite you, bro. And that's why.
Because, hey, you ain't had a 100-yard rusher since 2018 against the Rams. That's the last time the Dallas Cowboys had a 100-yard rusher.
Yeah, and see that, and this is what Luton been saying, man. It's about how have you been losing? You've been losing because we've been getting what? Handled. It been up front, and it's been both sides. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things to where, you know, like team trenches ain't crazy. Team weapons ain't crazy, but team's trenches show ain't crazy, bro. Real talk. And then go ahead.
My issue. The only thing I was gonna say is my issue about fixing the defensive line is like, dog, we know that usually these tackles are projects. I don't want to go into the draft thinking this kid.
Yeah, that's a damn lie.
Like that's the issue with Mozzie Smith. Like he might be good eventually, but we had to wait on the world on this man's shoulder.
Yeah, and we got that fight on Thursday, so we got a fight coming up. If y'all, you know, me and Henny go fight that out. That's gonna be a good fight. I literally already got the name for it. And landlord, the one came up with it. He called it a bullet or a handshake. So, because that's Henny, bro. It's either a bullet or a handshake. So I don't want to talk about that right now because I'm gonna say that for when we fight it out on Thursday. That's a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. So man, I got a question for you.
Hey, put that thing on repeat. That way you don't have to keep clicking it. You can actually put it on a shuffle and it'll just keep rolling it. You see it on there? Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. No, I don't see it. Let me see. Oh,
I got you, bro. You see how I looked up for you? Now you can just talk and it's gonna keep looping, bro. I got you, bro.
I know. That's right there, man. I don't care what they
say
about you.
Hey, we gonna always help each other, bro. You feel me? we gonna always help each other, bro. But go ahead. Hey, turn it down just a little bit too. Hey. Wait, no, it's loud in my ears. You good. It's good. You good. No, you good.
All right.
Okay.
We Gucci. So this is my thing, man. So do you think that Tyler Booker gets out the first round? Even
it's a big chance, bro. Like it's a big chance. And because remember I was telling you that we've been looking at them blended charts now. We go have them. And most the people starting to settle Booker around 26. 26.
So it's gonna be
And when it's a
nice
guard
range.
like that, that can easily slip. You can definitely be right on that where we get a weapon and get Booker. You dead fucking right on that, bro. It's a major possibility of what you've been saying on that of slippage. You know what I'm saying? Now, teams love his physicality, so it's gonna be hard for people to just not touch him all the way to 44, but it's a major possibility. And I say this openly. If that happens, I'm gonna say Henny said it first, that you could get a weapon and you can still mess around and get Booker. Yep. Because at this point, he's starting to settle by most opinion polls around 26. Now, the reason why until y'all shot that big hole in 44, I would still say probably get him at 12 is because sometimes you can get cute where you're trying to collect picks and you don't get your guy and then he gone. Because also remember Gibbs was also rated around 26, remember? And he went at 12 because Detroit said, fuck all that. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? And they end up being right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with trying to be cute and play with the possibility shits. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now, if this guy is the missing piece to your puzzle, don't fuck with it. Get him.
Get him.
You know what I'm saying? So, my only slight pushback, bro, it would be if I still wanted to book a vision, it would have to say, hey, if we don't get that receiver, then that means it's free agency. And that means it's a trade. But I don't trust Dallas there. And that's where I think you star landlord right, bro. We'll be playing and we'll be gambling with Tolbert at 2. Really. And then they'll be trying to sell us on it too. You know what I'm saying? Because see, my common sense will say, shit, that's be okay. Go trade him. You know what I'm saying? Go get Amari. Cool. Let's keep it up. We good. But we know who we dealing with. And see, I can't front on that. That's just real, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I always say, man, when somebody show you who they are, believe them the first time. They done did it multiple times. Like, matter of fact, we were just looking at the 2018 draft when we took Leighton Vander Esch. And we passed on wide receiver and went into the season with wide receiver by committee. That's when the Allen Hearns was here, Deontay Thompson, and we ended up drafting Michael Gallup in the 3rd round. He was our top wide receiver pick, 3rd round pick, Michael Gallup out of Colorado State. So they've shown you the propensity to do that. And it's not really that long ago. 2018 seems
it's not
that damn long ago.
And they will. I would be totally disingenuous if I didn't fully get in that panic mode with y'all at that point. So I would also say this though, just real quick, because I gotta go in about 3 minutes because we got the final word.
Okay.
But it would also say this, bro. With the way y'all talking, you also pushing down running back. You cool with that?
I'm cool with pushing down running back because unlike wide receiver, I think there's a lot more guys that can come in and be an improvement over what you have, especially if they're talking about a running back committee. So, even if I don't get Quinshon Judkins in the 2nd round, I like Dylan Sampson. I'm fine with Damian Martinez. I'm fine with some of these other guys and coming in. And hell, at that point, I can double dip if that's the case. How deep this running back class?
Yeah, let me push back to your pushback. With the way that the popularity of running back, I think it's a chance of a run on them too. It's a chance you go lose either way. It's because see, running back with what Gibbs did and what all them backs did, I think the word out now. The secret is no longer a secret that the value of running back is back. They even talking about potentially 3 running backs going in the 1st round and ain't nobody scoffing at it. If we would have said that last year, what everybody would have been doing?
Running back. That dumb shit.
Yeah, bro. So it's Cowboy Nation. It tells me be prepared to lose something. Just being honest. Be prepared to not be totally happy. You go get some steak, but you might miss your shrimp. You might get your shrimp, but you might miss out on the potatoes. Like, just get prepared. It's gonna be something, especially if they don't go receiving running back first. Just gonna be prepared that you go probably come out feeling like you have a void and still a need there. I would then suggest at that point that we move to just more pressure, put pressure on wherever the need is. Cause see, this is the thing that I honestly hate about the off season, bro. In the off season, like I watched the guy just totally go off on, saying like, it's about being positive and shit like that. But the same guy that was talking about being positive, he would call in during the end of the season and he would go off on the players and the coaches. But so it's like you up and down. So when we get our ass whooped, you want to go at the coaches and you want to go at the players. Then when you get in the off season, you want us to be positive. Like I would just suggest that we just be consistent. Like this is the thing about Henny. This is the thing about Boss. Consistently, all we doing is just putting out ideas to win. That's it. So you ain't gonna get no up and down stuff from us. It's gonna be, this is what we need to win. I'm not gonna say, positivity and no pom-poms. I'm not gonna lie to y'all and be like, oh yeah, we set up great. It's like, it's a reason why most polls go give us a C. And I'm talking about players. If you didn't get receiver 2 done, your offseason was shit. And so I ain't gonna lie to y'all just because y'all want to feel good. Yeah. But man, I gotta get my final word so I can go and get ready for that final word starting in 4 minutes. But I appreciate it, man. I just wanted to say this before I get out of here, man. I was super joking when I say you and Landlord was doing Satan's work. You boys is truly doing God's work, bro. Like, I know I'm a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? And I take pride in trying to be measured in my thoughts. And y'all do make good points and counter points, bro. But that's what make us better. And I really appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I want us to think through the details. I want big holes, you know what I'm saying, in my case. Because then if I'm wrong, I want to know now. I don't want to know when the bullets start flying. You feel me? I don't want to figure out that y'all was right and I was wrong when the season started. That's the wrong time to figure out you wrong. You feel me, dog? I want to know right now. So thank y'all, man. That's my final word, bro.
Man, I appreciate you for sliding in here and rocking with us, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me get on out of here, man. And y'all keep doing y'all work, man.
Indeed, man. We'll get at you, brother. All right, man. And yo, man, we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been on here over an hour. Thank everybody for sliding in and showing love to the liquor store, showing love to the trap, showing love to Boss. On the way out, man, hit that like button, hit that share button, and man, hit the follow button, man. If you ain't already subbed up to Henny the More on YouTube, man, we're just a couple of people away from 3,000 subs. So help your boy get to 3K today. Just run over there, hit that sub button. If you already subbed, tell a friend to come and join the liquor store so they can get drunk on this Dallas Cowboys content, man. But until next time, in the word of my big cousin West Coast, never